Hello, everyone, and welcome. Hello, Vicky. Hello, JJ. How are you? I hope everything is good. Just going to adjust this just a tad. Give me a second. Okay, so they can see. That's great.
Someone better nudge Cool Guy's alarm clock because it's 6:30 in the morning where he is.
Yeah, he's probably doing his hair or something like that. Okay, we're just waiting for more people to come in. Today's topic is what is Source's game plan for each and every one of us? And I think it's a great topic. A lot of people are wondering what our purpose is, what our soul purpose is, how do we connect, and everything else. So, hello, Kylie. How are you? Much love and light to each and every one of you. I love you all so very, very much. Hello, Mimi77. Or, sorry, Mimi711. Hello. Sending love and blessings to you too. Rob is going to say hello.
Hello, Kylie.
Hopefully, everybody can hear him. Hi, Rob. There we go. Booba Kitty, hello. It's a pleasure. Much love and light to each and every one of you.
And he says your hair is pretty.
Aw, thank you. I try different things with my hair. I used to be, when I was trying to ignore my gift, I decided that I was going to go into hairdressing. So I took a hairdressing course and yeah, I fiddled and farted around with it. And my calling called back to me. So here I is. But I'm glad I have that experience. I get to cut Rob's hair all the time. He's the only one that will, or I am the only one that he'll let cut hair. So yeah, it was fun. Yeah, it kind of things. Once you get your hands into it, um, some things gross you out because, and some of you are probably going to laugh, which is fine because I do. I laugh at myself all the time. When you're shampooing people's hair, they have boogies in their nose and hair coming out and stuff like that. So it was kind of gross. And your hands get so chapped when you're doing that. But when you're actually cutting hair, you have to carry on small conversations, right? And you have to, pretend that you're interested in stuff like that. I was always interested in what everybody had to say. So I was the one that cracked all the jokes and everything else. But it was fun. It was a really good learning experience. And I practiced hairdressing for quite a few years. And then that was it for me. My calling came back. So yeah. Hello, sexy Scorpio. 11213. Hello, Tanya. Much love and light to both of you. And Maggie May, hello. Okay, so we're just waiting for a few more people to come in. And hopefully they do. If they don't, that's okay. They can watch it later, right? Because we post it later. Good morning, Mafasa. Tanya, say hello. Rob, you got
Hello,
it
Tanya.
in a deeper voice.
Hello, sexy Scorpio.
Actually, Brisk is right. Where are you? He's right here. He's being the pain in the butt as usual. He's only the dog that I know that won't eat dog food at all. He likes to have table scraps. And he'll sit at the table with us, like in between us, and he'll beg for what's on our plate. That's the way he is. And he's spoiled rotten. I mean, totally spoiled rotten. Okay, so everyone, did you create the link?
Okay. Tell them about the Facebook group.
Okay, we have the Facebook group up and running. Okay, it is called Angels in Heaven Spiritual Prayer Group. It is a closed group, and I would like everybody to join. Okay, one.
Okay. For now, just hit Control V.
You want me to do that?
Yeah, you.
Okay, Control V. There we go. There is the link to join this Facebook group. Okay, it is a special prayer group that everybody has requested, and it's in the link now in the chat feed. So everybody hit it and join that group, and you'll have prayers. And I'm going to be posting daily. Rob is going to be posting daily, and Cool Guy, JJ, all of you guys. You can post what you want. Please, no drama. Okay, no drama. It's to bring people together. It's to share love and light, and just, you know, it's a very healing and very emotional topic. It is all privacy controlled. Okay, that's why it's a closed group. So you can let out things instead of writing it in the live feed, in the live chat, you can write it in the Facebook group, and no one else can see it except for the people that have joined. Okay. Okay, JJ, that's okay.
Hello, Cool Guy.
Cool Guy's back.
Cool Guy, there's the link for the Facebook group ahead of you there. And once you get in, I'll hit the things I need to hit.
Hey, Sunshine.
Like I suggested to someone else a little while ago, if you're not on Facebook, what I did for one of my hobbies is I created a Facebook page just for that hobby, and it's actually the page that I use to open the group up with. So if you see stuff about diecast on my page, that's because it's about diecast. But if you don't want to be on social media, just open up a Facebook account for yourself and do nothing else with it except belong to this group. You don't have to post anything in your Facebook page or anything else. It's just a way for you to be more secure within the group. That way you haven't got your friends seeing what you're doing or trying to follow you or anything else, because you'll only be in the one group. You won't have anything on your Facebook page that might be embarrassing to others or whatever. So that's my simple solution. Just create a Facebook page that is only good for this group, and that way you don't have to worry about what people see or anything else.
Yeah, and it is a great place to come and heal, to share, get inspiration, to get hope, to get guidance and wisdom, courage. And I think it's a fantastic idea, and let's all do that together. And again, I'm going to be posting daily. So is Rob, and hopefully Cool Guy as well. And again, it is very private. What you say is not going to be shared with other people. And again, it is a closed group. Okay, so to join, the link is in the live.
You can hit Control V again if you want.
I can hit Control V again, and there's the feed again. Just hit that link and join, and we'll start posting first thing tomorrow.
And if it requires them to request to join after we're done tonight, I will go in and accept everybody.
Okay, and if it requires that you have to request to join, that's okay, because Rob will go in afterwards and accept everybody into the group. Okay. Okay, so we're going to start now. All right, what is Source's game plan for each and every one of us? Okay, first of all, Source, aka God, Divine, Spirit, Deity, Buddha, Gaia, and on and on and on. Before we are born, okay, into our life, we have multiple lives that we live. Now, before I go any further, please, if you're Catholic, Protestant, Christian, United, Muslim, Buddha, whatever, just put that aside, okay? And I'm not trying to change anybody's religion or their beliefs, okay? We live several lifetimes in our life, okay? Some people have old souls. Some people have medium souls. Some people have new souls. An old soul means that you have lived multiple lives. When We are in the heavens, aka spirit world, the divine, the other side of the veil. We have our ascended masters, our higher gods and goddesses that meet with us. And we make a game plan, such as what? We want our soul to develop, to unravel, to become the best possible form that we can in a humanly experience. What we have done in past lives is what we make our game plan for our future life. So let's say somebody was really, really, really bad in two past lives and their soul never evolved. It's karma that we have to work on in order to come back. And it is karma that makes the choice of what we have to do pertaining to our life, such as people wonder why some people are born with Down syndrome, are paraplegics, and so on and so forth, that we get great diseases and everything else. That is part of the game plan. When you're in heaven, again, you're met with your ascended masters and your higher gods and goddesses. And what you have done through a past life or past lives, you have to reckon and make it better, especially when karma is in play, in order to evolve and pay off the karma debt that you've had in your past lives. So, say someone was really, really bad. They will choose a life plan that means that their life is going to be really tough. It's going to be really hard for them, and they're going to have to get through it in order to pay back karma. So they could choose to have a very significant terminal illness that they don't recover from, or they choose to have Down syndrome that would make their life really, really hard. Okay. And that means that they're paying off severe debts that is owed back in the divine. Now, when we go back to the divine, okay, again, we're with our ascended masters and higher gods. There are so many people back home on the other side of the veil that we connect with because of our past lives. So let's start with this life. For instance, when I pass, I will be met with the people that I had as a family in this lifetime. I will be met with the people that I had in the lifetime before, and the lifetime before that, and the lifetime before that. And you see how it goes on and on and on. So there's many people that you are connecting with, okay? Source and souls. So it's not just one family, it's multiple families and multiple families. So you are all bound back together, okay? And you get your life review. In your life review, you go through what you did good, what you didn't do, what you should have been doing better, what you could have done to improve yourself, how you could have made yourself more loving, more kind, more considerate, more compassionate, more loving, right? And we go through it, and then you put your game plan into place. And again, it is through Source, our ascended masters, and our higher gods and goddesses. And they tell us, okay, you can do this to evolve, you can do this to make better, you can be more loving, caring, understanding, loyal, so on and so forth. And you get to pick who you want in your life as a soulmate, a twin flame, a mother, a father, a grandfather, great grandmother, grandmother, kids, whatever. And you make the plan also with them. So everybody is connected. Okay. Everybody is one. It's oneness. And you connect and you pay off your debts according to karma. Okay. And that's where the Akashic records come into play, because we can go and access our Akashic records, which is there's 3 levels to the divine. Okay. This is heaven. This is actual where our ascended masters and higher gods are. And then there's the 3rd level, which is our Akashic records. And it's like a humongous vault, and it has all of our past lives in it. And we can access it and go through it, what we have to do in order to evolve as a person. Because we are told when we're on the other side of the veil that we have to evolve and have the best humanly experience possible. Okay. And when we don't follow our plan, that's where karma comes into play. And we have to answer back to source. We're not judged. We're not crucified. We don't get put into hell or anything like that. There is no hell. And there is no judging. It is just evolving yourself to become a higher person and a higher self. And you will, if you don't keep evolving as a person, and if you, it comes around and around and around. And that's where reincarnation comes into play.
And there's no set.
And there's no set number of how many times you can come back or whatever. Once you finish what the game plan is, you get to stay in the afterlife. You get to stay there, and then you get to evolve and go even further. Okay? So again, you make a plan with your soul group, which is your family. And again, we're all one. Okay? Each and every one of us are all connected as one. It's oneness. And you make out this plan before you're even born. And as soon as you're born, all the memories that you have from your past lives and everything else is erased. Well, it's not erased, it's blocked. It's stored in the back of your head. Okay? And the reason why is because if we remember it, we're just going to go boom and do what our purpose is supposed to do. We're not going to learn from it. We're not going to grow from it. We're not going to evolve from it. We're just going to do it. And then what? We don't do anything, right? So that's the reason why it's blocked from our mind. That's why we don't remember things. Yes, there is hypnosis, and yes, there is past life regression. That you can go through when you're into deep meditation, such as myself and other people. Okay, I'm sure a lot of you else are into deep meditation. You can access your Akashic records, and you can find out what is your life purpose, what you need to do to evolve as a human being, what lessons you need to learn, how you can be kinder, how you can bring people together and experience more love, because that's exactly what the divine wants from us. They want us to become one. They want us all to ascend. They want us all to be with love and light, plain and simple. So when we're born, it is blocked from our mind, and then you start living the life that you have picked. And that's where the other people come into play. You have your parents, you have your ancestors, and so on and so forth. So it's quite a neat game. Well, it's not a game, it's just his game plan. And we have to stick to his game plan, plain and simple. Again, it is from the highest and biggest vibration of love and light, from the divine. And it is our soul contract. We all have one. And we're supposed to stay on that line. How are we going to know if we stay on that line? We're not going to know until we cross over on the other side of the veil, and then we get shown our life's path in front of us, our life review. And again, our ascended masters, our higher gods and goddesses, are going to look at us and say, well, do you think you could have done this situation a little bit better with your sister? Or do you think you could have been a little bit more kinder to this neighbor that was having a hard time? Or so on and so forth, right? But a lot of people go through A lot of things. A lot of people, if you've noticed, have it a lot easier than other people in this lifetime. Why? Because they have worked off karma in the past. So now they're being rewarded and they just have a better life than we do in this human form. That's how poverty comes into play. That's how wealth comes into play, stardom, um, you know, um, high executives and everything else is because they have worked off karma and now they get to experience a more valued life because of the karma that they paid off. And either they're more wealthy than other people or they're not. And again, with poverty, that person could have had a horrible life experience and was a really bad person in a past life or a life before that, and they're paying off the karma debts that they have to pay off in this lifetime. And again, they have to choose their path. So they know, for instance, if somebody has to go on um, the government assistance on welfare, for instance, or mother's allowance or whatever it's called. They chose that life plan in the afterlife. They chose who they were going to have as kids. They chose how they were going to end up on welfare or mother's allowance. They chose their end. Now, we all have three exit points in our lifetime. They're called near death experiences. We are allowed to exit our life if it gets really, really bad and we feel like we can't handle it. There are three exit points that we encounter in our lifetime to exit and go back to the divine. Whether we choose it or not is completely in our hands. Okay? It is a near death experience. You will know of it when it will happen. You don't know when exactly it will happen, but you'll know when, like, say you're in an almost fatal car accident, and um, just by the sake of God, you survived it. That was an exit point. Or you nearly drowned learning to swim. That was an exit point. So we know our exit points before we're even born as well. Okay. Now, also, with that being said, and it goes even further than that, okay, there are walk ins, there are walk in souls that have crossed over on the other side of the veil that don't want to wait to be born. They want to come back now. Now, this is where it gets tricky. If you have a near life death experience and you choose that you want to ascend and go to the other side of the veil, that's fine. A walk in who is willing and ready to come back without being born can come in and slide into your body. They're going to use your body, but it's a different soul. Those are called walk ins. Yes, they are very much very, very real. Okay. Um, Also, so you get three exit points, okay, and you pick your death. You know exactly how you're going to die, what you're going to die from, if it's going to be sudden, fatal, whatever. You choose it all in your life's plan before you're even born. Again, when you are born, it is blocked from your mind, so you live out your life experience with the divine. So it's very, very easy. It's a little complex, especially with walk-ins, because walk-ins do really exist. Again, with the walk-in, it's very different because they're taking over a body. Okay, they have to live the life that the person who left and went back to the divine, they have to learn all over again. And a lot of them have amnesia. A lot of them, have traits that the other person never had For instance, say the other person was a non-smoker and this person was a smoker. And all of a sudden you see this person smoking and you're going, hey, wait a second. You never used to smoke. What's going on? Or you never used to like peanut butter. Or you never ate steak. You were vegan. What's going on? They have to learn and evolve, and they also have to work off the other person's karma as well before they're allowed to jump in as a walk-in. Okay. All right. So, does anybody have any questions?
Well, I can add.
Rob is going to add to this. I'm just going to turn it over.
Hello, everybody. I just wanted to add maybe another way of looking at it is that each time we reincarnate into this life, into this plane, it may be just for one specific lesson that we need to learn. It could be something as simple as learning basic humility or generosity or things that would make us a better person. For instance, if a person is a multi-millionaire and they hoard and they take and they don't give back, are they fulfilling their purpose? Probably not. But the person that is a multi-millionaire and gives back and is constantly being generous, are they succeeding in their life plan? Probably so. A person that doesn't have anything and is, by whatever standards you want to judge it, poor financially, or does not have a lot of physical assets, yet they're a generous individual. Are they fulfilling their life plan? Probably. But the person who is in the same boat financially, strapped and doesn't have any physical assets, who goes out and steals what they want and takes what they want without any care of others, they're probably not fulfilling their purpose during this lifespan. So even though people have the same life experiences, how they treat them and how they react will determine whether or not they are learning or evolving the way that their life plan is supposed to. So a person that decides I'm going to take what I want and that I'm going to hoard and keep everything for myself will probably have to repeat this particular lesson in a future life, which is another way of looking at karma, isn't it, Lori?
Yes.
Okay, so if we don't learn the things that we're supposed to learn, if we don't evolve the way that we need to evolve to ascend within the heavens or whatever you call in your own personal religion the afterlife, then we're going to have to repeat it. And the divine's plan is not a strict plan, and it gives us the opportunity to evolve either quickly or slowly. So there's no telling. Is it going to be 3 times I come back? Is it going to be 100 times? Once we have fulfilled all of the tasks the divine has given us, and that we have evolved in the manner that we need to evolve, then our purpose in the physical plane is done. And we can get on with our purpose in the afterlife or on the other side of the veil. Does that make sense, Lauren?
Yes.
Okay.
Also, just so you know, we all live parallel lives. And everybody's probably saying, parallel lives? What are you talking about? We have, how can I explain it? Trying to figure it out. Okay, just.
To answer SK, I believe that's a topic we covered last Wednesday. And the video is in the group, like it's in the YouTube channel still.
SK, we have copied, or excuse me, my voice. We have done that video regarding how to connect with your loved ones that have crossed over. It is in the other video, Connecting with Spirit Guides and Guardian Angels, last Wednesday. If you would like to visit that video and see it, different timelines. Yes. Okay. So, thank you, Atea. Thank you so much. I'm looking better. I'm feeling better. I'm on a diet. I'm losing weight. Perfect. And yeah, uh, thank you. Okay. So we live parallel lives. Okay. Now, going back to one of the videos that we have done, okay, of connecting to the divine, spirit guides, guardian angels, your loved ones. You can also connect to your higher self. Yes, you have yourself up in the divine, okay? It's your main soul, okay? So, red is your main soul. Now, each and every one of us has a twin in the whole universe, all right? Someone out there looks exactly like you, has the same soul exactly like you, same looks, same feelings, wants, needs, desires. Each and every one of us. Okay? Whether we connect with that person, that's completely different. I'm not talking twin flame. I'm talking your parallel life. Okay? So this is your life in the divine. This is us. This is another color. Okay. This is us in this life form. Okay. And this is us in another parallel. Okay. So you're living parallel lives. So, such as, for instance, say I passed over, I crossed over to the other side of the veil. Okay. I'm there. I'm with my higher self. I'm with my families and everything else. And I love life. Okay. And I choose, I want to be reincarnated and I come back. Okay. So now again, there is no time in heaven. Okay. There's no time at all. So say within 2 years, I get reborn and I'm in Afghanistan, for instance. Say Rob passes after me and he ascends and he goes to the other side of the veil. He's going to come looking for Lori. Where's Lori? I miss Lori. I want to be with Lori. Is our ascended masters and higher gods and goddesses going to say, well, Lori's reincarnated over in Afghanistan. You're going to have to wait for a long time. No. Lori's main soul stays in heaven with everybody else's. We all have a main soul that stays in heaven. So Rob will be able to connect with Lori. You see what I mean? It's that parallel life that we live because we live different dimensions. Okay. I believe it was, I'm not sure who brought it up the other night when we were doing our live feed. Okay. You had an excellent question, and it was pertaining to going into a time, a different era with different clothes and people look completely differently. Yes, absolutely 100%. 100%.
Talking about you being the madame.
Yeah, we were talking about me being the madame. And this was a past life regression that I did. And I was at Southern Belle. And I have that Southern lingo. It comes out a lot of times. And I'm like, wait a second. Now I know I connect the dots, right? I was a Southern Belle. I was a madam. I ran into her house. Bad girl. And it was quite the experience. Yeah. It was Tanya that asked about it. And then Tanya said that she's been having this recurring dream that, or I think it was a recurring dream that you have been in a different time frame with different clothes and different people. Absolutely, because we live parallel lives. Now, we can have multiple of them, okay? So don't think that there's only one of us, because there isn't. So again, it depends on how deep you go into meditation and your Akashic records of finding exactly where it is that you are. Okay. Because if you guys think that we're the only planet out there and the only universe, no, there's a lot. Okay. We may be the only human form right now in the existence, but there is so much more beyond. Okay. So, yes, absolutely. We have parallel lives that we live. And again, we have our higher self that we can actually attune to when you practice meditation on a long period of time. It comes to you automatically. Okay. You don't have to go, and all the other stuff. It comes. All right.
Just on an interesting side note, then.
Mm-hmm.
When Lori told me about this past life regression about her being a madame,
You have to speak up a little bit louder, honey.
when Lori did the past life regression, and she came to me afterwards, and she talked about, she had been a madame, a lady of the evening that ran a house of ill repute. We did a little bit of research on the topic because
I forgot
she
about
had
that.
an inkling that it was like in the Wild West days type of thing. And we actually found somebody that looked very similar to Lori who had run a house in, I believe it was New York.
I'm not sure where it was.
I think it was New York. And there was a picture, and the resemblance to Lori was striking. And everything about the images that we saw regarding this person's life, Lori said, "That's what I saw in my regression." So, are there physical ways of seeing what you've seen inside of your mind? Yes. It's not always going to pan out. You're not always going to see stuff like that. But it just so happened that we came across this picture of this madame, and I believe it was in New York, who looked so similar to Lori that it was just unbelievable.
Now, getting back to Sunshine, you have an excellent comment here. You had a reoccurring dream when you were younger that you were living during the war of the North and South, and it was very clear. Absolutely. For some reason, we only access a certain amount of our brain. Okay, we have a full brain, and once you open and awaken, you get access to so many things. You see a flower that actually breathes in and out. You see energy so clearly, like everything is energy. Every single thing around us, everything we touch, we're energy. And it is phenomenal. Again, when you have a dream that is reoccurring and it is very clear and very vivid, you're getting glimpses of what you had in your past life or the life before that. Okay. Again, because we're not supposed to remember our past lives, because we are supposed to develop in this lifetime, they try to block it from us. However, and studies have shown, I'm a person to come up and be one of the ones as well. Many people have come forward under hypnosis, especially under hypnosis, under meditation, that we have lived past lives. We know what we did. We know things that are not possible for us to know with our own mind. You have to open up history books in order to clarify it, right? So, absolutely, I believe that you did live in the time when the North and South were fighting. Absolutely. And that's why you keep having the reoccurring dream. The next time that you have this dream, ask yourself in the dream, when you're very, very vivid, what your name is. Ask yourself what your name is and ask where you live. And you'll be so amazed by how your brain actually attunes to what you're thinking and believing, and you'll get the clarification that you need.
I think we touched on it a while ago too. not in this session, but another session, about maintaining and keeping a dream journal.
Yes, I said this before. Keep a dream journal, okay? It's very, very important. The reason why is because dreams are of great significance. Our guardian angels and spirit guides come to us, but our mind is more at ease. Our mind is more open for more information. We get downloads from the divine, especially when we're sleeping. So, and you wake up and you're like, oh my God, that was such a lucid dream. Wow. And then you'll go to the washroom. And when you come back, you'll think about, wait a second, what was that dream about? It was so real. It was just, and you forget a lot of the dream, right? So keep a dream journal, even if it's a couple pieces of paper with a pen. Just keep it beside you. And when you wake up from the dream, write down points. You don't have to write down the whole dream, just write down the significant points to the dream, and it will all come together. And like, wait about 2 or 3 weeks, and you will see that you'll have the answers that you're seeking because it just comes together the way that it should. And a lot of things, fears that we have in this lifetime, have a lot to do with our past life. Okay. One of my best friends is petrified to touch knives. She won't even cut a sandwich. She's so petrified. And I said to her, I said, why are you so scared? I mean, cutting a sandwich? Come on, you can use a bread knife to cut a sandwich, right? And she said, I will not touch knives. So me and her, we did some work together and we realized that she was actually murdered by a knife in a past lifetime. And she had this horrible, horrible fear of knives. She wouldn't go near knives. So when you have fears in this lifetime, a lot of the fears that you are having is from a past life that you have experienced. A lot of people are scared of heights. They're petrified of heights. 99% of the time, they fell in a past life to their death. A lot of people are scared of drowning. 99% of the time, they drowned in a past life. What else? Getting hit by a car or driving a car. 99% of the time, they did get hit by a car or they were run over by a car. So many things. Remember, nothing is a coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. Okay. It's not just a phobia. It is actual. What you're doing is you're revisiting, you're awakening the inside soul of you that has been dormant. And you're saying, wait a second, I'm petrified of snakes. I don't want a snake to come near me. More than likely, you were bitten and you died from a snake bite back then in your past lives, right?
Like JJ said, there, she has a dream journal and it shocks her when she goes back and reads it, especially when things actually happen. A lot of times when we have that deja vu moment.
Yes, we have deja vu moments. Do not think that it's just a coincidence. Deja vu means that you have lived the same thing, but in a different life. Okay? Even though it's the same people that you're around, and it's very familiar that you've been there, I've done this already. Hello, this is deja vu. You're doing it again. You're only doing it in this lifetime. You've done it in the past life. Okay, that's excuse me, that is very, very important as well. Okay.
If you always got a good question there.
Okay. No, we can't cut the ties because we have to learn from our past lives in order to evolve as a human being. What we've done in the past life, we have to reckon for it. We have to, what is it? Atone for what we have done. Okay. And I'm not saying getting on our knees and praying and saying, oh, please forgive me for everything that I've done. I was really, really bad. I was a drug addict and I was a hooker and I sold myself and I did everything, please. No. Again, there's no judgment or anything like that. We have to learn from are mistakes that we have made in the past. If we haven't made any mistakes in the past, chances are you are still in the heavens and you would not be reincarnated at all. Um, no one's perfect in this lifetime. God doesn't expect anybody, the divine source, our higher gods, ascended masters. Nobody is perfect at all. It's impossible.
Like Laura said, we judge ourselves.
We judge ourselves. And according to what we have done in our past life, we have to atone for all of our actions, whether it was good, bad, or indifferent, things that we could have done better, things that we should have done better, and we are brought back to do it all over again until we learn what we have done wrong, until we learn to ascend, until we learn that, hey, the divine is right. I should go down their path. It's like they set a path for us and you're supposed to go straight. And we get here and we decide, hey, I don't want to go straight. I want to go left. I want to have a good time. I want to do this. I want to do that. And you're forgetting the divine path that you were set on. So what happens when we pass on? We go back and it's explained to us all over again through our life review. And we go through what we could have done different, what we could have done differently. But can we cut the ties? Can we cut the ties? No, we can't cut the ties to our past life. We can cut the ties to the mistakes that we made, but we have to make up for them in our present life and our future lives.
Which is why it's so important that we don't let free will distract us.
And that is why it's so important that we don't let free will distract us. Like their plan is their plan. And again, I'm just going to pull out this card, and it's one of my favorite cards. Okay. Just give me a second here. I have so many. Oh, it's right here. Go figure. The Death card. Okay. Again, this is endings and new beginnings, but it is also a divination card. Okay. It is from the hand of God. They know the plan. They know how things are going to play out before it even begins. They know the beginning. They know the ending. They know the in between. They know it all. Why? Because it's their plan. And they've planted the seeds. They know how things are going to play out before they even begin. And it's our job to follow their guidelines. Okay. So again, when I do readings and I say the divine has a plan for you, follow their guidelines. Okay. Like there was one particular card in the Lovers, one of my oracle decks, Angel Romance. Great work. I think it's great work. Takes, what is it? Bear with me. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps that you were guided to take. Okay? Guided means the divine, means spirit, God, divine, ascended masters, higher gods. They are guiding you and giving you the signs, giving you the steps. For instance, okay, this is how the divine works. One, you're going to get dreams. Okay, they're going to come to you in dreams, and it's either you're going to dream of someone that passes away, whether it be a friend, relative, whatever. Okay, death dreams represent new beginnings, plain and simple. It doesn't actually mean that someone is going to pass on. No, 99% of the time, it means a new beginning is going to happen to you. Okay, and it's getting your soul ready to welcome in a new beginning. So, with that being said, the next day you say, well, I need a job. I really badly need a job. I need an income. I have to feed my family. What do I do? And you open up the paper and boom, an ad or say you're on social media, whatever, pops out at you and it pulls you, and you're like, I'm supposed to work there. I'm supposed to have that job. And you send an email ASAP, or you get on the phone, and next thing you know, you have that job. And you're like, why? Because the divine has a plan for you. They're putting you on the path, and it's up to you on whether you want to continue that path or if you're going to stray. Okay? And then you say to yourself, well, I really need a car. I love this job. I asked for it, but I have to get there. And then all of a sudden, one of your coworkers out of the blue comes up and says, you know what? I'm selling a car. It's not pretty bad. It's actually in good shape, but I'm selling it pretty cheaply, and I want to get rid of it. You wouldn't know anybody who would want to buy it, would you? And you're like, how much are you asking for it? Oh, $500. I'll take it. I'll buy it from you. See, that's the divine putting things in your path. And it's their way of showing you the guidance of the path that you're supposed to take. But it's not also all good things. Okay. We do go on a path where it is bad things. That means that we're straying from our path. So try to stay on the divine's path, on the karmic path that we're supposed to go through. Okay. Life is not supposed to be tough. Um, Again, it's depending on our life's plan, right? But a lot of us go through pain, heartache, sorrow, and suffering. That is a reason. It's to evolve your soul. Your soul is meant to feel the pain. And again, the divine will not inflict pain on us that we cannot bear. Okay. They know their plan. They know what they're doing. So just remember, when you get signs, when you get angel numbers, synchronicities, coins, feathers, a recurring dream, on and on and on, that's your guardian angels. That's your higher self. That's your ascended masters that are talking to you, that are giving you the messages to follow the plan that you're meant to follow. Okay. And it's very, very easy. And it's hard at the same time because we don't know exactly what our limitations are. And again, if a lot of people find it really, really hard to go through life, and they just feel that they're at a breaking point, and a lot of them commit suicide, for instance. Okay, I will get to that. Do we go to hell? No. There is no hell. There's no fire and brimstone in heaven. Do we atone for our sins? Absolutely. We have to tell God and our ascended masters and our higher selves why we did what we did on this earthly plane. Plain and simple. They want to know. They're our creator. They're the ones that created us. They're the ones that are giving us life, right? And giving us eternal life. So we have to explain why we did what we didn't do. But again, this has to do with belief systems. When you ascend and you go to a higher level of existence, you have to let your belief systems go. I'm not telling you to completely forget it and believe something else. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying let your belief systems go. Be more open-minded and just let the knowledge come in. And what you decide to do with that knowledge is completely up to you because of free will, right? But again, I was born united, and I was taught that if someone committed suicide, that you don't go to heaven. Their soul gets lost and they are in limbo or they go to hell. No, that is not true at all. That is all being fed. You got to remember, people have written the Bible, okay? And the Bible dates back in AD, okay? And it gets glorified, right? According to the Bible, the apostles and the disciples wrote the Bible. They passed on. Well, let's get another version. Let's make it a little bit better. So they add a little bit more detail. And then they add a little bit more detail. And then someone else rewrites the Bible. We're talking like ADD way, way, way back. And we're like in 2020. What's going to happen to a story that gets written from A to Z? By the time you get from A to Z, oh, it was a mansion, it was a hill, it was mountains, it was glorified. But back at A, it was a tiny little house with disciples sitting around with Jesus, and they were talking about the universe. Think about that. So, again, it's depending on your belief system. So let your belief system go, okay? And know that if you do commit suicide, and I'm not saying it's okay to do so, so don't, nobody out there take your own life, because nothing is worth taking your own life. Everybody is beautiful. Everybody has a purpose in this life, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. We all have a purpose here. And there are people out here for you. But again, that is an exit point if you wish to take it. Okay, I'm not saying everybody has it, but it is an exit point, because there are people out there that have tried to commit suicide that have not succeeded. So, with that being said, do not try to commit suicide. I'm not telling you to, I'm just telling you that if people do try to commit suicide, they are not going to go to hell, and they are not going to be in fire and brimstone. That is a whole bunch of hocus pocus. Okay. Okay, Tanya. Yeah, exactly. Tanya, it's like the game we played as kids called Gossip. By the time it got to Tom, to Dick, and Harry, it's so far fetched, it's unbelievable, right? Exactly. Okay, who has any questions? Oh, and I also want to point out, Laura, you say that you're Catholic, and that's how you were taught. Also, Catholics believe that there's purgatory, right? That when we pass on, we go to a resting place, we pay our dues, and then we are brought to the heavens on Judgment Day. No, there is no Judgment Day.
But that is their belief.
But that is your belief, okay? And that's why I say that you have to put your beliefs aside and be more open-minded, okay? When you're more open-minded, you won't be offensive by what I have to say, okay? And it is. They want to control us. They want to put fear in us.
Like Laura said at the top there.
Exactly. There is no religion. It's just God, love, and light. Absolutely 100%.
A cool guy asked a question a while ago.
Okay, I'm getting to questions now.
Let me find it. Right there. No, that's an experience he had. He asked about, do you do those readings?
Yes, I do. I do the Akashic record readings. Again, what is the question that you wanted to know?
He asked about Akashic records. Can you do it with time of birth or without time of birth?
Usually you do it with your time of birth. You don't absolutely necessarily have to have it, okay? But I do have to have the correct name, so I know whose Akashic records I am going for. Yeah.
Okay.
It's really, really cool. It is.
Deborah asked.
Very, very in depth.
Deborah asked how to meditate, speak to your higher guides. That was last Wednesday.
Deborah, how to meditate and speak to your higher gods or guides. That's in last week's video on Wednesday. Rob does post those videos up. It should be up. If you would like to go to that video, you will learn everything you need to know about that. And you know what, cool guy? Actually, I'm going to do the next video on Wednesday regarding the Akashic records. I think it'll be a cool subject. I really, really do, because there's so much information. I don't like cramming it all into one session. And I know a lot of people, your minds are probably going, holy shit, she loaded a lot of shit on us. Come on, guys, be honest. If I did, tell me. Okay, and ask questions. Ask away.
Okay. And like Tanya said, you have other videos under the playlist of grounding yourself and all that too.
Yeah. What is that? No living? What was that? No living. What you're saying? I don't understand.
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Do you think we have the same souls around us each lifetime? For example, parents, spouses, and children.
Okay, Laura W. Well, actually, it's funny that you say that. Yes, you do. You can. I can't say you do 100%, but you can. Usually, when we go back to the other side of the divine, or the other side of the veil, um, we are met with the people that were our family, right? And we reunite, we get to, hang out, we get to live life the way that we did on this humanly form, except we're without our body. We shed our body and we become spirit, which we all are. We all have spirit. And the thing is, when you make out your life plan, okay, because you make out another life's plan, okay, with that soul group or others, okay, you know who your lovers are going to be, you know who your boyfriends are going to be, you know who your kids are going to be, you know who you're going to get married to, who's going to be your soulmate. It goes on and on and on, okay? But with your parents, you get to pick who is going to play what role. Like, for instance, your parents. Your mom could be your dad next time around, and your dad can be your mom.
Or your sister.
Or your sister,
Or
or, well, a puppy. You can come back in animal form, absolutely. No bullshit. You can. But yes, you can. You can roll reverse what you've had in the previous lifetime to see if it will get better in this lifetime or the next lifetime, right? Because it didn't work that time. So you got to make something different. You got to make changes. So you probably are going to reverse roles, or you could be the parent and your parents could be the kids. But you are reunited because things didn't work out the way that they should have been, and you have to redo it again in a different time.
Sunshine asks, is that what a soul contract is?
Yes, that is what a soul contract is. You have to fulfill your soul contract. And if you break your soul contract, you can rest assured that you will be back and you will be willing and ready to fulfill your soul contract.
Let's see, Scorpio asked a question and then at the bottom. I don't think.
No, no. What it is, again, when you're younger, we really can't fulfill the soul contract, okay, because we're too young, right? However, there is a lot of children that are born with deformities, with diseases, and that do pass on. Usually, that soul contract is for the parent to learn from, okay? So they have to go through that because of whatever they did in a past life. And usually that soul that came in and left very quickly comes back and comes back into that family. Okay. But no, what you go through in your life, it expands through your life's course. It's your soul plan. Like, for instance, you can have a soul plan and say, okay, well, I chose that I'm going to die at 66. So I'll try to do everything possible in my soul's contract before I'm 66. That's the way it works. Again, you know everything before you are born and brought back into this life form, before you're even born. And then as soon as you're born, bam, a lot of blockages are put into place so you don't remember. However, there is so much evidence that is coming forward that with us ascending, okay, and opening up spiritually, we are able to connect with the divine, and we are able to get multiple downloads of who we were, what our purpose is in life, what is going to happen, how it's going to happen. Again, we can attain all of this information that has been held from us if we're receptive to it. Again, you have to be very open-minded in order to do so.
Glorify says most want to come back to go to a higher realm. I
Um,
think it has to do more with, we have many things that we need to accomplish.
we have many things that by meditation, yes, absolutely. Can you go to another heavenly realm? I gotta read that. Once you get into a union with your twin flame in this life, does it mean you won't be back on Earth and into another heavenly? No, 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 no. You will go to. Most want to come back to higher realms. Yes, we will go to a higher realms, but you got to remember things that we have done in this lifetime. We have to atone for it. We have no choice. Whether it was good, bad, or indifferent. If you could have done it differently, if you could have been more gentle, if you could have been more kinder, if you've been more loving, we have to have it perfect according to the divine. Okay. If you're with your twin flame, you're going to be with your twin flame, your higher selves together in the heavens, plain and simple, in the universe. And I mean, that will always be a connection. There will never be any, what do you call it, ties that are put between the two of you. Can you ascend to a higher realm with that person? Absolutely. There are many realms out there. We are not the only one. The divine is not the only one. It goes higher and higher and higher.
Lori W. asks, why would we choose negative energies to come into our new life?
Well, the reason why you have to is to work off karma. You have to learn your lesson. So you have to pick bad experiences with good experiences in order to learn from them. It's all a learning lesson, is what we have to go through, plain and simple.
There's an old saying, Lori, that goes, if I knew then what I know now.
There's a good saying, if I knew then what I know now, right? Again, we choose directions to go in, and we stray off the golden path, and we have to learn from them. We have to learn from our mistakes. It's karma. As I said, karma is a bitch. Goes around, it comes around. And it's so, so true. There are two particular cards in the tarot deck that pertain to karma, which is justice and judgment. Okay. You reap what you have sown, plain and simple. Again, if you were a really bad person, say you were a bank robber or Jack the Ripper in a past life, more than likely you're going to be born, and this is just hypothetically. Say you get into a severe ski accident and you become a paraplegic. That is you working off the karma of what you did in the past life of being Jack the Ripper or being a mass murderer or a bank robber. Okay, you want to make your life difficult so you learn from it because you're paying off karma. You're learning your lesson, basically, is what you're doing.
Lori has a good saying that she uses every now and then. Is she goes, reverse it. And I think our life experiences are just that. If we don't experience it, is that how we want to be treated? So why are we treating someone else that way, or vice versa? So if you look at it that way, that an experience, whether it's negative or positive, teaches us something that we need to know. And the only way we're going to learn it is if we experience it.
Exactly. We all have to experience it.
Tanya's mentioned a couple of things there. Start at the top. There's a couple of books.
What do you mean, Tanya, that you went and found the dress? Like the actual physical dress? Oh, it's okay, Tanya. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you see, more than likely she lived in your home, okay? And more than likely she passed away in your home, and that's why you got to see the actual apparition of her, which is very, very true. I mean, it happens. Yes, her hair, yes, her dress. I showed the picture to my sister. Wow. Yeah.
That's like me finding a picture of Lori from the late 1800s as a madame in New York.
Yes, he found my picture from me being a madame in the late 1800s in New York City. Yeah, it's nothing to be proud of, and I'm working off karma. It is my job to help other people in this lifetime. And all the pain and everything that I've experienced, oh my God, I've been to hell and back. Trust me. And hell as we know it, again, I have cried more tears than the ocean. I've lost severe people in my life very drastically. And the stuff that I have been through, oh my God. Rob keeps telling me to write a book and it will be a bestseller. If I can find the time, I will write a book about it. There's so many things that it will blow people away with what I have.
Sometimes it feels like, we've lived several lifetimes in just one.
Yes, I feel like I've lived several lifetimes in one lifetime. I think I'm an old soul. I'm pretty sure I'm an old soul from all the experiences that I've gone through. And the more downloads that I get from the divine, I'm almost positive, but all is good. And yeah, we learn from our experiences. We get to see apparitions, we get to go back in time. Okay. You got to remember once you cross the other side of the veil, or even in meditation, okay, that's meditation is the key. You meditate and you can open yourself up and you can, but make sure you're grounded, okay? Please make sure you're grounded. You can go and visit so many different realms. It's unbelievable. We do have UFOs out there, trust me. I have seen the aliens, okay? We have the Pleiadians, and we have, what are they, gargoyles?
Gargoyles.
Gargoyles. I can't pronounce them properly. We have gargoyles. There are unicorns out there, people. And, it goes on and on and on. There are so many realms of, I'm going to say life forms so everybody understands, but this is our physical life form. But you can go visit other realms, and some can be scary, yes, if you're not on that vibrational level, it will get scary for you. But make sure you're grounded so you can come back, okay? Because a lot of people leave their bodies and they get, like, they go through astral projection and astral travel. And a lot of people have commented back and saying, oh my God, what if I get stuck? What if I don't come back? Well, that's why you use the ladder method, especially in astral travel, because that's what you're doing. You're traveling to different realms, okay, especially through meditation. Make sure you do the ladder method because you can tie a cord onto the ladder to make sure you do come back, okay?
Yeah, just because we can't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Laura W., do you think our lives cross as lesson when on Earth? Your opinion, I'm curious.
I think our lives cross many times. Whether we recognize the individual as being our twin soul or not, we can bump into them. It just means that it's not part of the plan that we recognize them as such at that point in time. Um, I think Lori's mentioned this many times in some of her videos and past videos. Um, that our twin flames are out there.
They are.
They could
Trust
be,
me.
they could be around the world in another country, or they could be our next door neighbor. Um, and when it is time for us to find and recognize them as our twin flame, it will happen. Um, you could be walking down the street and your twin flame would walk right by you. Total stranger.
You could have a twin flame soulmate that is your own worst enemy. And because you're not on the same vibrational level as each other, you don't connect. You could have a best friend that you really, really connect with that is actually part of your soul group. But if you don't, what is it? If you don't, what's the word I'm looking for? If you don't feel it, you're going to miss that connection.
What is the purpose of the twin flame? Which is, did you do a video on that?
Yeah. On twin flames? No, I don't, I'm not sure.
SK.
SK, what is the purpose of a twin flame? Well, twin flame is one soul cut in half. They have one half and you have the other half. And together, once you come together, you complete the soul. So you're one soul sharing a soul.
Cool guy sort of helps the answer there too.
It's, yeah. Okay, it's not the same as a vibrational level. No, twin flame, you have to be on the same vibrational level in order to connect. That's why I tell people that I've done, so many clients have asked me and said to me, is this my twin flame soulmate? And sometimes I'll chuckle and I'll laugh and I'll say, well, no, this is not a twin flame. It is a soulmate. There are a big difference. One, twin flame soulmate, you share the same soul. And it's one soul cut in half. And you have half, and the other one has the other half. And when you come together, you share the same soul. But you're on the same vibrational level. A lot of people have to live multiple lives in order to get on that vibrational level, in order to connect with that twin flame. Because once you connect, it will branch down, and the two of you will connect together. Soulmates, we have up to 7 per lifetime. Whether we connect with each and every one of them is completely our choosing. Like I said, we could have our own worst enemy, which is a soulmate. And because you're not on the same level as each other, you don't connect. You don't see the connection at all. Okay. It's a spiritual mate as well with twin flame. You share the same soul. You can feel each other's wants, needs, desires, feelings, heartaches, pain, sorrow, suffering. You can read each other's minds telepathically because it's one soul that you both are sharing. And that's where I'm getting into parallel lives again. You live parallel lives. But with a twin flame, they look different than you and you look different than them. You're basically mirroring each other, except you see your face and they see their face.
So my question now would be, tie that into Source's game plan.
So that is why Source has a game plan for each and every one of us. Okay. We all have a twin flame. We all have up to 7 soulmates. And Source's game plan wants us to grow, wants us to thrive, wants us to live and love people. They don't want us, the ascended masters and higher gods and goddesses, they don't want us to have pain, heartache, sorrow, suffering, wars, diseases. They want us to evolve, they want us to grow, and they want us to love. And they want us to give, share, and receive with each and every one of you. That is what their game plan is.
They want us to love.
And they want us to love. I did say that. Oh. Right now, we're in the big shift. Everything is changing drastically around us. Now there's social distancing. There is No more getting together. People are seeing things completely different. A lot of people are really meditating and getting in and ascending, and their ascension is phenomenal. And this is waking up a lot of people around the world, and they're seeing things completely differently. They're seeing how we are being all controlled in lockdown and how the government is controlling each and every one of us. This is the big shift because people are actually waking up and seeing it for what it truly, truly is. We're not supposed to be controlled. We're not robots, you know. We are actual people that have a brain that is supposed to live an actual life. We're not to be controlled. We're supposed to live our life according to the divine's plan and have everlasting life once we pass through the veil. Plain and simple. 60 Scorpio. Well, you have to do a lot of meditation. Okay. First of all, what I suggest you do, this is for sexy Scorpio, 11213. First of all, do a lot of meditation and see if you can connect to your higher self. Once you connect to your higher self, boom, you're away to the races. You connect to your higher self and you can ask your higher self, what is your life purpose? What is your life's plan? What do you have to learn? What do you have to go through in order to evolve as a human being? And you will be surprised by the answers that you get. There are so many answers out there, and there's so many questions pertaining to these topics. It's so in depth. It's unbelievable. But it's common sense. It is reality. It is knowing the truth and what's not the truth. Um, the divine wants us to love each and everybody, no matter what color you are, what race you are, whether you're good, bad, or indifferent. Do not judge. Just love each other and become one. Plain and simple.
Can I answer something?
Pardon?
Can I answer something?
Rob is going to answer Sunshine. So just give me a second. There you go.
Hi, Sunshine. You said, is this going to make things better in the long term, the shift going on?
Yes.
I think one of the things that, or one of the reasons that the world as we know it is going through this shift, I think that in itself is part of the divine's plan. And I've heard so many people say, um, man, I'm sure going to appreciate what I have. Because when something that we take for granted is suddenly taken away from us, it opens our eyes up. And just possibly the divine is saying, hey, people, wake up, open your eyes. You're taking things for granted. Let's go to a physical item, toilet paper. People always assume, let's just go to the store and we'll buy some toilet paper. And all of a sudden, it's not there. So now what's everybody doing? They've learned their lesson. They keep an extra pack in the house all the time. It's little lessons, but it's a big lesson that all of human mankind, I guess you could say, needed to learn. Appreciate what is there. Appreciate what you have, because it can be taken away. And when it is taken away, it's hard to appreciate it if you don't have it. So I think that's the lesson that we're meant to learn as part of this big shift. Is it going to change the way we think as a society? Yes. Is it going to change the way we do business? Yes. But most importantly, as far as I'm concerned, it's going to change us in that we're going to be more appreciative of what we do have, because it can be taken away.
One thing that I would like to add to that Rob made a really good point. Don't take for granted what you have. Okay, material items can always be replaced. People can't. Always remember that. Nobody can replace your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, a cousin, a friend, whatever. Once they're gone and they've crossed over to the other side of the veil, yes, we can contact them. But again, in this physical plane, they're gone. Once they're gone, they're gone. You can't replace them. A hairbrush, jewelry, furniture, whatever, cars, and everything else can always be replaced. Material items, if you awaken and you ascend, um, and a lot of people are, you'll see that material items don't mean that much to you. Like with Rob and I, for instance, I've told him I'm cleaning house. I'm getting rid of everything that I don't need because it has opened up my eyes big time. I have gone into deep meditation states multiple times over the course of the last 3, 4 months, big time. And you look at life completely differently. You look at nature completely differently. You look at people differently. I could be with somebody and I know if they're lying to me or not, and just by looking at their eyes. It's like boom, boom, boom. It's right on. And it's so, anyhow, enough of me. But again, don't take for granted people. People can't be replaced, material items can. Always remember that.
Like Laura said, decluttering our lives.
We're decluttering our lives. We're getting rid of things that we no longer want. And if you usually see me, I usually have a little red dot right above my brow. I do go into deep meditation with my Ajna chakra, my third eye, and the things that I see and what I've witnessed, the downloads that I get. We are in the middle of creating a really hyped and great webpage right now where it's going to be a blog, and I'm going to write in the blog all my experiences and all my downloads and everything that I get because I get so much information. It's unreal. And it comes in so quickly, and I have to write it down and write it down and write it down. And I do. And I just want to share it with each and every one of you because there's a lot that comes in. And yeah. So I hope you guys. Okay, Sunshine.
Does this shift cause endings of relationships if we let it?
Yeah, it will because we're going to see people, and especially with the readings that I just did. I just released May readings, even though they were late. I have Twin Flame that are coming out on Friday, I believe. They're being released. Again, I've seen in a lot of the readings a big shift. There are people coming and going in all the zodiac signs because people are seeing people for their true colors, for what they truly are, that they're not really devoted the way that they say they are, or they're not as sincere. And a lot of them have been lying and manipulating. But again, with that being said, there has been a lot of people that have sat back and said, whoa, wait a second, with this big shift, they have said, you know what? I'm not going to take this person for granted. I know what it's like to be without this person. I'm longing for this person because of the lockdown and all the sanctions and everything that have been going on. I want us to be together. I've had enough. I can't go through this anymore. I want to be with this person. So yes, people are leaving, but people are coming in as well. And people are coming together. So the shift is helping in relationships, but also it's bringing an ending to a lot of relationships too. But it's bringing a lot of relationships together the way that the divine wants them to be brought together.
It's forcing us into reality.
It's forcing us into reality is what it is. It's waking us up and seeing what the true world is all about. And you're going to change your beliefs. You're going to believe that we're not robots, that we're not in control. And again, you're going to not have that need to go to the hairdresser, for instance. You're going to just go with the flow the way that they did back in time. And it's very, very different, especially when you ascend. For instance, it's not really a diet that I'm on. It's more of a cleansing. I'm eating a lot of greens. Okay, I'm only going to touch root vegetables because root vegetables is grounding. Okay, and I'm only going to eat white meat. Well, I can't say that. Just chicken and fish. But very, very limited. And a lot of greens, a lot of purples, a lot of blues, a lot of fruit. Okay, to keep you grounded because of all the downloads that I get and the energies that I deal with on a day-to-day basis. Like I can't tell you guys, like this is really. Um, Rob and I will be sitting in the living room, for instance, and he will ask me to watch a movie with him or whatever. I'll be sitting there and I see a face that is coming through the wall. I'll see a face coming through that wall. In the corner of my eye, I will see someone dancing on across the floor or coming down the stairs. And then I'll look at the carpet and I'll see a face there. And I'm like, oh my God, come on, guys, give me a break. You're not right now. It happens everywhere I am. I sit down at the kitchen table. I just happen to look up and I see a face and everything. I'm like, look, I have to set my boundaries again. This is my room. This is where you can contact me. Do not come into my space while I'm around my family members.
That's usually when she closes her eyes and falls asleep.
Yes. And then I go into deep, deep meditation to the point that I'm actually in a deep, deep trance. And then Rob scares the shit out of me by going, hey, you coming down for dinner? Why'd you do that? You wouldn't believe where I was. But yeah. So
Okay, so we've been on for an hour and a half. So do you want to hit Control V again?
oh, okay. So I'm going to send the link again for the group. Please join. This,
I'll put it in the description.
Rob is going to put it in the description as well. It is for healing and for prayer.
And contact.
If you have someone and you know is your soulmate, they don't know it, how do you get them to connect? If they are your soulmate, they'll know it. It's the energy that brings the two of you together. Energy creates energy. And again, if they are and indeed a soulmate, they will feel that connection. They'll have that pull sensation from the divine, from the universe, from God, our ascended masters, okay, source. You'll feel that magnetic sensation to pull you together. For instance, you'll find synchronicities. You'll both go to the store at the same time and you'll run into each other. Or you're walking by and the person just happens to be outside. And even though you had no idea the person would be outside, those are synchronicities. It's the divine bringing you closer together. You'll feel that energy, but it has to be on both sides. A lot of people think that because they feel like they're their soulmate, that they actually are, when in fact they're not. It could be a karmic soulmate, which means that you have to learn from the relationship before you can enter an actual divine relationship. And a lot of us go through it. A lot of us. And we have to do it because it's karma. And we have to learn lessons and we have to grow. But again, with soulmates, you will feel connected. You'll have a magnet connection and you'll just be drawn to each other. But it will be on both sides, not just one side. The other person will feel it as well. Again, it's energy that brings you together because that's what we are. We're energy. I'm complete energy.
You're the top.
Lori W. Do you think this is intuition of the past? You feel connected with a lot of people when they open up to you. You just
I think when it comes to helping other people,
I know, cool guy, eh? Tell me about it. I'm scared to know what I'm in for. Oh,
I think when people can help other people, it's a lot easier to help someone else than it is to help yourselves. And that's because a lot of times we as individuals will not admit to ourselves that there's a problem to begin with.
oh, thank you.
Are you listening?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm just, I
Okay.
read
I'm
Tommy's
trying to
comment.
answer Lord
Okay.
that a lot of people can help other people because it's much easier to help other people because they're admitting that they need the help. A lot of times when it comes to ourselves, we don't always like to admit that we need the help. And as a result, it's harder for us to help ourselves because we're denying that we need the help. Does that make sense, Lori?
Yes, but she's asking if she has intuition or if it's just.
Well, I think it's a bit of both. The knowledge that we gain in our past lives is there. Um, our ability to access it is very limited, but we do access it from time to time through dreams. Sometimes that aha moment, as Lori and I like to call it, um, it is possible. It is possible to access it. Do we access it all the time? No, but it is there. So
I
yes, past life, but also intuition.
I just want to say one thing with Rob. Excuse me, with Rob on that. It doesn't just have to be through our dreams. You'll get glimpses in your mind, in your mind's eye as well. Okay, flashes, and you're like, "Whoa, where did that come from?" Or you remember when everybody was in school and you used to sit there and you used to be bored as hell and you used to go and you used to daydream and things would come into your mind. That is actually awakening yourself up. Okay, daydreaming is beautiful for ascension. Again, you can have flashes. For instance, say you're going through, I don't know, say a grandmother, a great grandmother that passed away, and you're going through her belongings, and you just happen to stumble across a little trinket that she had, and you hold it and you're like, and you're in awe about it, and you're like, wait a second, I've seen this before, I know this, where did I see this before? And then you'll get a flash in your mind, or you'll get this feeling in your soul that you are connected to this particular item. Those are little things that let you know about past lives that you have gone through. So it's not just dreams, it's also visions, flashes that you get in your mind that connect you to your past life. Also, I had a secret revealed to me today. They had no clue they did it. Okay. Can you go down? No, down more. It's right there. No, not there. Where was it? Down?
Yeah. Just times.
Yeah. Okay, right there. Lori W. I feel like connected with a lot of people. They open up to me and I want to and feel like I have good, heartfelt advice if I need much help in my own personal life. Do you think this is intuition or past? That is intuition because you are allowing yourself to open up to feeling other people's feelings. Okay? That is being intuitive and it's being an empath, and you're feeling their actual feelings is also part of being a medium, is feeling their feelings. Okay, except they haven't crossed over. It's the only difference. So yeah, you're on the right path. You continue your meditation. Try to go a little bit deeper and a little bit deeper, and you know what I mean. I mean, like when you're into your meditation state, you just want to ascend a little higher and a little higher. Now, the biggest thing that I am going to tell you guys, when you're meditating and you see things, do not, um, when you see flashes of light or you see the light, okay, and you're on the other side, you've crossed the veil, or you are in a past life regression or whatever you're doing in your meditation, okay, and you get whatever in your mind's eye, okay, your visions and everything else, don't look at it straight on, because when you do, boom, it will dissipate, it will go away. Try to observe it, observe what's going on in your mind, and instead of looking at it directly. Okay, like for me, when I see sparkles of light and stuff like that, I with my eyeballs open, sparkles of lights, colors of light. I have blue over here and everything else. So when I see it, I observe it. I know it's there, but I'm not going to look at it directly because when it does, it dissipates. I want to see what's going to evolve with it. And you go with it. Okay. So just observe what you see. Don't look at it directly. Just observe it and let it open up naturally. Okay. And you'll find that you'll get a much bigger picture in your mind and you'll see more. Yes, all the time. I hear it's like a radio. I think I covered this before. It's like a radio. Um, it's like crackling in my ears. I get it all the time. I I used to go to the doctor and tell them, my doctor, that I used to have an ear infection. He told me nothing was wrong. Yeah, and my guardian angel told me, stop doing that. You're making a fool out of yourself. That I'm actually tuning into the divine, which I already knew I was doing. I just didn't actually, think that I was, hearing it. But yes, it's like a crackling. It's like static in your ear, popping in your ear. It's completely normal. It means that you're tuning into the divine because they're on such a high frequency that it's like a radio, and you got to tune it just so right so you can hear the frequency, so you can have open communication. And it's awesome. It absolutely is awesome. But again, you don't hear it in your physical ears, okay? You hear it in your mind's eye, which is right here. Your pineal gland is right here, your third eye, right? And it goes right to right here, okay? But you'll hear the voices here. And remember, it's not your voice that you're going to hear, it's going to be their voices, okay? You're going to hear them. So, when do you do readings and who do you connect with? I do readings all the time. I just uploaded. When do I do readings?
No, when you do.
When? Who do I connect with? My spirit guides and guardian angels and the divine. I only work with the highest vibration of love and light possible from the divine. If someone has passed, when I'm doing a reading for a client, I do bring that person through. If I put a lot of stuff into my readings. I really do. It's a very in-depth reading. I just don't answer one particular question. Again, it's very in-depth. But I do connect with the divine. Many people have commented, and Ram has them all in order to put on our channel. That's another thing that I forgot to say. We have our own domain and everything. It's angelsinheaven at spiritualguide.com, but it's not up and running. If you type that in, it will say coming soon. It is a blog. Again, I'm going to put all this information on that blog. I connect with my spirit guides, my guardian angels, and my loved ones who have crossed over. They give me a lot of information, and people who have crossed over that need to be heard come through very clearly. It's okay.
Okay, Sunshine says she wants to get a personal reading. Just contact us via email.
Okay, Sunshine, all you have to do is send me an email. The email is in the description box, and we'll be happy to send you the information. Tanya, that's strange. I'm going through that with my left ear. I think the doctor's office is tired of me having had a CT scan, and my brain and MRI are all negative and have no idea what's wrong with me. You're connecting to a higher level. You're ascending. That's what's wrong with you. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you at all. Zero wrong with you. Stop going to the doctor like I did. Again, stop going to the doctor and let it happen. You'll get used to it and it will fade in time. Okay. As you ascend, you'll get used to it and you won't even realize that it's there.
Having said that, though, if there's extreme pain associated with it, then see a doctor.
Yes, if there's severe pain with it, then go to the doctor. If there's no pain with it, no soreness, no leakage or anything like that, you're fine. But again, you're ascending. You're going to a higher level, which is fantastic. The more, the better, and awaken yourself up. and make sure you ground yourself, okay? But you're connecting with the divine. Make sure you cover yourself, excuse me, with beautiful white golden light, and you'll be fine. But that's what it is. Again, it's staticky, it's crackling, it's popping, and that is the divine. It's completely, completely normal. And when you open up your third eye, if a lot of you are doing that, if you get a pressure headache right here or right across here, that is okay too. That is completely normal. You're supposed to have it. Also, some of you could get secretions from your sinuses, from your sinus cavity that goes through the back of your throat. That's your third eye opening up. You'll hear a pop as well. That is normal. It will eventually dissipate and go away by itself. Okay, so with that being said, I hope everybody enjoyed it. There wasn't a lot of people on tonight, which was fine. Maybe other people will tune in later. Again, it was a pleasure to give you all this information, and we have more information coming up. And again, I wish you all the happiness in the world. Everybody, stay safe. And as the lockdowns are being lifted, I love each and every one of you. Rob loves each and every one of you. You're all in my heart and in my soul. And without you, this would not be possible. Don't forget to join the group. Control E again. E. There you go. There's the group link for you guys. And I love you guys so very, very much. And I thank each and every one of you. And I will see you all again on Saturday. So be ready and get your wine, get your beer, get your coffee or pop, water, whatever, green tea, ginger tea, and we'll get it going.
Hey, cool guy, don't forget to get your account set up, and we'll get you set up in the group as well there too.
Yes, I've seen that, cool guy. The corona vaccine soon. Absolutely. It's coming. I told you. I told you.
Yes, the Facebook page is free, but Lori is not going to be booking readings through the Facebook page. The Facebook page is a group that we're putting together so that all of you can be in contact with each other. And if you need help spiritually through prayer, that's what the Facebook group is for. And if you want to contact somebody regarding a specific question that may come up in our live feeds, it is not for readings per se. It is going to be a general group where you can feel safe and connect with each other for emotional and spiritual support.
Yes, the Facebook page is absolutely free. It is for healing, it's for hope, it's advice, it's encouragement, and it's to bring people together with prayers, and it's completely confidential, and it's a closed group, and please join it. You're more than welcome. It's just starting up. The page is there. It's been created. We are going to start posting tomorrow, and it is for all you beautiful people. So with that being said, I love you all from the bottom of my heart. Yes, I seen that. And remember, I told you 3 months. That was from my guides, cool guy. 3 months. And yeah, so, and we're in month 1. So yeah, in 2 more months, we'll have the vaccine.
Hey, one quick answer for Tanya. That is somebody that, cool guys bumped into him too. That is somebody that generates revenue by showing videos on how to make revenue. So he goes on and posts and wants to be friends, and so you click on his page and you click on his video, and he's making money. Every time we've tried to block him, he switches names.
Who is it?
He has several. He actually has several accounts, and some of them, I think, like Cool Guy says, are a bot.
This is the first I've heard of it. See, he keeps me out of the loop.
Well, that's Cool Guy and I have been dealing with it, and you delete it, and he comes back as a different name, but it's the same person all the time. Okay, having said that, much love and light, Lori.
Yes, much love and light. I love you all so very, very much. Thank you for coming out and tuning in with us. I hope you get a lot of knowledge out of this. And if you have any concerns or questions, just leave your comments, and we'll see you on the Facebook page, and we'll see you on Saturday night. I love you all so very, very, very much. Big hugs and kisses to each and every one of them. Bye for now.